Good morning, Homestead, and please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now for a moment of silence.
What's up, Homestead? I'm Greg Zimmerman.
And I'm Ethan Sneed.
And this is HHS On Demand for Friday, January 11th. Well, Homestead, it's that time again. January is Poetry Out Loud Month. Compete face-to-face against fellow Homestead students in our annual recitation contest. One winner will move to represent Homestead at a state finals and compete for a free trip to the national finals in Washington, D.C. If you are interested in reciting this year, please attend a brief informational meeting in the IMC at 2:45 today in the IMC, and visit poetryoutloud.org for information. Hope to see you all there.
The after-school study session will not begin until next week, January 14th. If you were a part of this program last semester, Mrs. Underwood looks forward to seeing you next Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Any student who intends to take a class through IPFW this spring, which starts next week, the application deadline is today.
The Francofanas French Club is meeting this Monday after school in Miss Underwood's classroom. We'll be having a cheese tasting day, so come enjoy the French culture and food.
Attention any student planning on attending driver's education here at Homestead. Please pay closely attention to this following announcement. The sign up for the winter book is Thursday, January 17th at 6:30 a.m. in the Homestead Community Room. The cost of the class is only $125. There will be 15 evenings to attend, and you will receive your permit on the first day of class. Check Homestead's website to see all 15 dates and find more information about Homestead Driver's Ed class.
And now here's another one-to-one computing lesson of the week with Drake White.
Oh, hi everyone, I'm Drake White and this is your one-to-one computing tech lesson of the week. We're getting a lot of questions about why the CMT took the computers over winter break, and the first one is why weren't students allowed to take their laptops home over winter break? Well, Homestead has a strong no homework over break policy, so you wouldn't need your computers anyway, and the CMT needed to update them. Another question is what was actually done with the computers over break? Well, they updated a lot and they fixed a lot of problems people were having with the computers about accepting updates and randomly restarting, so you should see your computers a little bit better from now on. What's going to happen with students that didn't leave their computers at school over winter break is that CMT will gather a list of all the computers they didn't see during winter break and gather them all up, and loaners will not be put out to these people that didn't give them in because you were supposed to and you should have. Now, if you didn't turn in your computer over winter break, you're going to have to go to a local library or use your home computer to do your homework. I'm Drake White, and that was your one-to-one computing tech lesson of the week.
Thanks, Drake. Attention all baseball players. Optional workouts will begin next Tuesday, January 15th, after school at 3:15 up in the Homestead weight room and fitness area. These optional workouts will be from 3:15 till 4:45, starting Tuesday, January 15th. If you have any questions, please stop by Mr. Biles' room, room 718.
Attention boys track members who are not involved in a winter sport. There will be a call-out meeting on Wednesday, January 16th in Coach Livin Sparger's room at 2:40.
Any girl interested in track and field who is unable to attend the informational meeting can stop by room 527 and get information from Coach Barnes.
Homestead's Athletic Boosters present the first ever Spartan Athletic Lockdown on February 22nd and 23rd. We're planning on 12 hours of nonstop action with 3-on-3 basketball, dodgeball, volleyball, movies, music, and of course, food. An individual fundraiser of $100 is due February 12th at 7 p.m. And individual sign-ups will be during lunch periods in the cafeteria on January 15th, 16th, and 17th. Plan your teams, sign up with your friends, and let's start a new tradition at HHS.
And now here is Matt Hamilton with another edition of In the Hot Seat with Principal Lake.
Hey everybody, it's Matt Hamilton here with Mr. Lake again for the first In the Hot Seat of the new year. This week we're going to be talking about PDA, and if you do not know what that means public display of affection. Mr. Lake, what is your stance on that?
Well, obviously I'm going to go with the what's in the handbook, which is there should be no public displays of affection in the building. So that's going to be my stance on that.
Well, could you give us maybe even some examples of what public displays of affection would be?
Yeah, I think a good way to judge this is just off the top of my head might be if you're a student and you're at Glenbrook Mall, for example, and you're there with all your friends, and your mom and dad walk up, let's say, and they start hugging and kissing each other in Glenbrook Mall in front of all your friends. Ew. If that makes you feel uncomfortable, and it would me, but if that makes you feel uncomfortable, then you got to think about all the other kids in this building. I've had kids come up to me and say that they're uncomfortable when people are sitting there hugging each other in the hallway and kissing each other. So if that's something, I know we have boyfriends and girlfriends and things like that, but if that's something that you're doing, kind of think about that. I mean, if that would make you feel uncomfortable, consider the thoughts and the feelings of other kids out there. Holding hands, not a big deal. Obviously, that's not a big deal. But anything beyond that's probably not necessary.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Lake.
You bet.
If you have any questions that you want to submit to Mr. Lake, you can submit them to room 600B at Mr. Schenkel's room. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Matt. Today's athletic events include boys, freshman, JV, and varsity basketball games against Columbia City at home at 6:15. And speaking of that game, here's a more in-depth look at it.
What's up, Homestead? I'm Preston Wolf. We're doing an inside look on this week's home basketball game against Columbia City.
What up, everybody? This is Brian Hanford. We're doing a whiteout theme for our basketball game against Columbia City tonight. We're going to have everyone there. It's probably going to get sold out again. You're not going to be able to find a seat. We got the whole student section getting filled up. Columbia City's really, really good this year. They went 12-1 on their season so far, and they are tied with us for first place in our conference. So whoever wins this game is probably going to be the winner of our conference. We need everyone out there to show up and support our basketball team. Let's go, Homestead.
I'm here with Homestead guard Trevor Osborne. Trevor, what's your game plan for this Friday's game against Columbia City?
Well, Preston, we're gonna play probably some offense and probably pass and shoot the ball a little bit, but when we don't have the ball on offense, we'll probably play defense, block some shots. Not really sure. Hopefully, just walk out with a W.
All right, Homestead, you heard it yourself. Help us come out and defeat that team from that podunk town, Columbia City. We want a bigger student section than we had against Carroll because this is the biggest game so far this season. I'm Preston Wolf, and that was your Homestead basketball feature of the week.
Thanks, guys. Remember, everybody, it's a whiteout theme tonight at 7:30. Tomorrow's athletic events include JV and varsity wrestling at the Concordia Invitational at 9 a.m. and girls, freshman, JV, and varsity basketball at Columbia City beginning at 5 p.m. Good luck, Kay. Well, Homestead, that wraps up this edition of HHS On Demand. I'm Greg Zimmerman. Oh, shout out to Sydney Neal because she's awesome.
And I'm Ethan Sneed. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.